This is what AEW is fighting for on this particular event that I'm about to review. Wear your mask against COVID-19 and donate for the good cause as AEW fight for the fallen, for the victims that unfortunately left us because of COVID-19. So what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Review, the show from July 15th, 2020, as AEW Dynamite presents Fight for the Fallen 2020. And the commentators were Below JR Jim Ross, Excalibur, Taz for the brief time, and then Chris Jericho from later on, which we'll get to more of that. And you're wondering what happened to Tony Schiavone. Unfortunately, Tony Schiavone, he couldn't make the show because his tests came in. His tests, basically we're testing a COVID-19 thing. It didn't come in on time. So the test that he took, we don't know for sure if he was tested negative or positive for against the COVID-19. I'm assuming he was tested negative, but the results never came through, and unfortunately he had to stay away. So he had to miss out the show, but AEW got it covered either way with Taz and Chris Jericho. Jacksonville, Florida, at Daily's place they were at, no crowds in attendance other than the staffs, families, and the wrestlers that were there. And let's not waste any time, folks. Let's get right into it. So Taz was there for the first hour, and Chris Jericho was there for the second hour with his commentary. Justin Roberts was the ring announcer. You had your referees there, like Aubrey Edwards, Mike Posey, Paul Turner, and Rick Knox. Your interviewers were Dasha Gonzalez and Alex Marvez, I meant to say. Alex Marvez. So, the opening match was for the incomplete TNT Championship. 10 minutes and 45 seconds it lasted. It was the incomplete TNT Champion, Cody, being accompanied by Arn Anderson, versus the Concrete Rose, Sunny Kiss. Match itself, I thought it was pretty good. There was a spot in the match that Cody botched, but he managed to save it by doing a push-up. Do some push-ups. Yeah. Some may not get that reference. In fact, I never talked about that reference before, but it had something to do with Super Mario Brothers frustrations reaction or review, wherever it was. So, anyway, I digress. That's not here or there to say. Anyways, I thought Saint Kiss performed very good, and Saint Kiss looked intense for a little bit. Some people not buying into Saint Kiss because the way he carried himself and everything. By the way, also Saint Kiss come out with cheerleaders. I did enjoy the cheerleaders. I didn't enjoy seeing him dancing with the cheerleaders, but that's not here or there. But he did a good job. Match. He had a good match, I have to say, against Cody. In the end, Cody got the win over Saint Kiss because and the way that Saint Kiss sold the crossroads was pretty good. So I think Cody embraces Saint Kiss of having a good match and raises his arm up and everything, and basically pulling him over. So that's good that he did that. So I knew in coming to the match anyways that Cody was going to win and Saint Kiss wasn't going to win. But hey, HB got a good match out of it, so that was good enough there. All right, before I move on to the next match, I gotta see what happened afterwards. Nothing else happened afterwards. Okay, so let's get into the next match then. And it features FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Hardwood versus the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix. A tag match lasted 13 minutes and 25 seconds. There was one spot in the match that was also botched too. I can't remember who. Oh yeah, it was from the Lucha Brothers. The spot that they always do. They never messed that move up before until they messed it up. I don't know what happened there, but they ended up making it up for us for a little bit at the end of the day. The match itself though, well, FTR and Lucha Brothers was pretty good too. And I didn't come until this match, thinking that FTR was going to do what I think they were going to do. Until they did what they did. Now it was either it had to be the Dax Harwood. Maybe just double check to see if it was him that did this to Ray Phoenix. Let's see. Yep, it was Dax Harwood who did this. Dax Harwood yanks off the mask of Ray Phoenix, and they got the win because of that. You know, basically a roll up. So yes, FTR disrespectful here by disrespecting the luchador culture of the luchador mask. And I loved it. You know, despite how I always rant about that, where we're saying leave the masks alone and everything. You know, that's their culture, that's their lives, that's their identity. But I like how they did this because FTR is basically are slowly turning to heels here. Not saying they were baby faces before, but they're basically more like tweeners. You know, so they're really showing that they're gonna become heels. So I love that they did that. But yeah, the match itself was good. FTR versus Lucha Brothers. I think that was one of my favorite matches on there. Until we get to what happened with their matches too. And there was one match I was added in there as well. Because originally it's going to be only 4 matches, but they added one more match in there too, which we'll get to when we get to it. And to be honest with you, not much to say about that match, but I'll get to it. After the match, the Young Bucks came out and basically, I can't remember how it happened. Okay, maybe pause a second out here. Okay, so that's right. The Butcher and the Blade came out. Oh yeah, that's right. I still think I remember here. The Butcher and the Butcher and the Blade. They was driving the FTR's pickup truck that they still stole, and Lucha Bird was getting a lift from them. So the Butcher and the Blade sees this, the whole thing with FTR cheating to win, and they we still got your keys and everything. All of a sudden, the Young Bucks came out and super kicks them. Basically takes out Butcher and the Blade, which will lead to a match for the next Dynamite show. So FTR got their keys back because of the Young Bucks. All of a sudden, Kenny Omega comes out with a cooler of beers. So he wants to make up for everything that he for what he did last time with FTR, which is he was getting a beer by FTR and he pours it on down, from the first event of Fyter Fest. And FTR was mad about that. Even him and Page was mad about that too. So this is Kenny Omega's way to redeem himself here and to say I'm sorry and everything, and he's a token of appreciation and all that, and all that. So they get a cans of beers, they get ready to drink. Kenny Omega's giving the drink of beer. All of a sudden, FTR pours beers on Kenny Omega, and Kenny Omega let's go after them, but Young Bucks holds him back and everything. As the FTR walks away into their vehicle, and they have trouble starting their their vehicle. And then I don't know what happened, but it was bad. It was bad, but it's whatever. So Taz gets ready to leave commentary to get Brian Cage ready for his match against the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley, which we'll get to when we get to it. Because up next we get to a segment. It features the Inner Circle, which is Chris Jericho, Santana, Ortiz, and Jake Hager. Unfortunately, there's still no Sammy Guevara, so I hope he comes back very soon. So Chris Jericho says, he gets the mic and he says, he said that he's not only won the match against Orange Cassidy, but he also won the ratings war, basically trolling. For those that actually cares about, for those whoever cares about the ratings, represents to the wrestling fans. But Jericho says he's going to explain ratings. Says while it's great to win overall viewerships, pertains to the demographics, he says, which he never lost. He says, I am the demo god and the demo god, by the way, where it says the demos. Jericho says that he knows that what the people, Orange Cassidy wants a rematch. The network, the advertisers, and the demo wants the rematch. And Jericho says, you want it? Well, you ain't getting one. I think we will, by the way, folks, because I think the whole thing with Mike Tyson and Chris Jericho is probably out the window now, unfortunately. And I can understand that too if that is the reason if that is the reason. But I digress. But Jericho says like Cassidy took him to the edge and he couldn't get the job done. As the crowds are chanting "You scared" to Jericho, which I thought was funny. Jericho says stop. Yeah, Jericho stop talking and saying the demo guy is never scared. And Jericho congrats Cassidy for standing in the ring for one night. Now he can go back to his best friends and sip his his orange juice, whatever you know that. Uh, oh wait, Jericho's he takes a zip of orange, I meant to say, then pours it pours a one out for Orange Cassidy, of his dead career. Yeah, basically, pouring the liquor out, but he's pouring an orange juice out. I thought that was hilarious too. So all of a sudden, Orange Cassidy comes out. He comes out from the stands, and Jericho's talking all this trash. Orange Cassidy does his his oh my fault, folks. That was an accident. So Orange Cassidy does this. His Orange Cassidy thumbs up by doing this, and then he does this. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden, while Jericho's still talking trash, and the Inner Circle's still in the ring, from the rafters, the ceiling in the way, pours down onto the Inner Circle. Jericho is covered up in orange juice, along with Jake Hager, Santana, and Ortiz, but only for a little bit. But with Ortiz is selling it like he's getting up, and then he's like, oh, and then he's basically swimming around in a in a puddle of orange juice, and then Jericho is losing his mind, saying, I had this just a $7,000 jacket, his white beautiful on glittering jackets like that. It looks nice though. Put too about looks nice. It looks nice though, but still, he said this cost me $7,000 and everything, and then he said, give me a towel. And he gets a towel. It's basically someone throws on a towel. And also, it's a towel of Orange Cassidy, which you can buy on shopaew.com or on ProWrestlingTees.com. Yeah, so there you go. And Jericho still loses his mind while the Inner Circles are holding back. And then at one point, Jericho said to Ortiz, he keeps floundering around in the puddle of orange juice, saying, "Get up, you idiot!" Oh man, that was hilarious. That was entertaining. Okay, now we get to the next match. It's a 6-man tag team match, lasted 15 minutes and 5 seconds. It was the Elite, Kenny Omega, Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks versus the Jungle Express, which is Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt Growth, who I fucking hate. Match itself, it was good. And that's the best way I can say about the match. I thought it was good, but I hate seeing Marco Stunt wrestling. He brings nothing to the table as a wrestler. He couldn't even go for a good 450 splash. He went for a 450 splash, but he didn't get all of it. Like, man, this guy is garbage. Like, why is he even in the wrestling business? Go back to doing your skateboard stunt, whatever, Marco Stunt Growth. Because to me, you don't belong in the ring. And it's not because it has had a lot to do with his size and everything. But even with him being small, at least have a nice build, a nice physique. He doesn't even have that. That's my big issue with Marco Stunt. At least with Rockstar's butt, he's got a nice physique. He looks like he works out and everything. Marco Stunt, he doesn't work out. By the looks of it, he doesn't look like he works out. What does he do in the ring that makes you want to be a fan of his or want to cheer him? I don't see him become a world champion. Not with that size. At least with Rey Mysterio Jr., I could believe that Rey Mysterio Jr. could be a world champion. Especially where he was built too. Not saying he was he had the best body built, but you could tell that Rey Mysterio Jr. can work out. He goes to the gym. Marco Stunt, I don't see none of that. He's Arthur from the Sword and the Stone. Disney's Sword and the Stone. I don't have any muscles. Well, I suppose I do have a little. You're scrawny. That's Marco Stunt. Now it's a bad comparison because I like Arthur, aka Wart from Disney's Sword and the Stone, one of my favorite movies growing up. But Marco Stunt is fucking garbage. He is garbage. At the end of the fucking day, he's garbage. But there were some cool spots in the match, though. And in the end, it was Kenny Omega getting the win over Marco Stunt. And the fact that Marco Stunt was even getting some offense in the match against Kenny Omega in the match of all things, it just pisses me off even more. Just give me one moment. Okay. Just want to get some juice in there. So yeah, Kenny Omega hit the one-wing the Angel onto Marco Stunt Growth and got the win for the Elite. All of a sudden, Kenny Omega loses his mind and beats on Marco Stunt. Like, look, yes, beat him up. Now I didn't care at the time where are they turning him heel? Is this going to be a heel turn for Kenny Omega? Slowly becoming a heel turn? If it is, I'm all for it. Because we want the old Kenny Omega back. We want the Kenny Omega from New Japan Pro Wrestling. We want the Kenny Omega who was the cleaner. The Kenny Omega from Bullet Club. The Kenny... Sorry about the folks again. The wire. Basically, the point is, we want the old Kenny Omega back. Because this current Kenny Omega, it's fine. He's still a good wrestler, but if we feel like he lost his steam, ever since he left New Japan. He still fought some good matches though, and from good to great matches, but it's not the Kenny of old. It's not the Omega of old, and I think we're finally gonna get that. And the best way for him to get that is for him to be a heel. Bring back the cleaner Kenny Omega. Because that was one of my favorites, Kenny Omega characters, not just in New Japan, but also when he did, when he ended up being in Ring of Honor too as well. Because he did some things when he's a cleaner as well at Ring of Honor. So yes, we want that Kenny Omega back, and I hope we get that. And by the Young Bucks were holding him back, by the way. The Young Bucks were holding him back, so because of the whole thing, and there you go. Kenny Omega tried to apologize, but also too. Kenny Omega looked like he wasn't sorry at all because he's got that crazy smile on his face. He's smirking and everything, which I did love. One moment, folks. Get the time here. Okay, I'm about to wrap it up. I'm about to wrap it up in a few minutes. Hopefully I do. I got something to do. All right. What happened after the match? Besides that, oh yeah, Jon Moxley. He says that for the last few weeks has not been the best world champion, and he's been bothered by many things. Says that he'll be able to plunge his anger to his anger thought as he defends the title. He says, according to Taz, he can't land his finisher to Cage, but because he's just too big. Moxley says that basically maybe he'll just rip his arm off. Basically rips Brian Cage's his torn biceps. That's the one that was surgically repaired. So we'll get that when we get to the match, because all of a sudden we get to a 2-minute match, a 2-minute tag team match between the Nightmare Sisters, Allie and Brandy Rose, accompanied by Dustin Rose, defeating Kenzie, I meant to say Mackenzie Page, and the debut of MJ Jenkins, who used to be in WWE on NXT until she got fired during the pandemic. So she's here in AEW. Hopefully she's there for good, because MJ Jenkins, I like her. But yeah, the Nightmare Sisters won. Nothing much to say about that, to be honest with you. It was just a 2-minute match. So then we get to Nyla Rose, the Native Beast, being interviewed by Dasha Steelz. Dasha Gonzalez. I was thinking about Tasha Steelz from Impact Wrestling. So basically, Dasha is asking her, "So who's your manager?" And Nyla Rose is like, first of all, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell them. I'm gonna let them say it for themselves. So all of a sudden, excuse me, Vicky Guerrero comes out, and she's the manager for Nyla Rose. Now here's the thing: Nyla Rose doesn't really need a manager because Nyla Rose can talk for herself. She's a good talker on her own. But at the same time, it's nice to see Vicky Guerrero back on TV to be a manager. Cause I think she could be a good manager and a good heel if she wasn't being overly scripted and overly micromanaged by WWE at the time. So Vicky Guerrero, she comes out here and says, when she sees Nyla Rose, she. Okay, I'm asking. I apologize. She says when she and Nyla Rose goes after the title, it will be the perfect timing. It will be the perfect time. And Guerrero continues to, to that. She, and Vicky Guerrero continues that the women's locker room should stop lying to themselves. They are anything good at all. And says something about how something about cheating their ways, and then and then says something about Nyla Rose is going to steal back the title from Hikaru Shida, and I like how she did the promo too. Lying, cheating, and stealing. And the gross thing, lie, cheat, steal. So I love how Vicky Guerrero did that. Either it was her idea or someone from AEW did that idea. But if whoever idea was, it was a great job, and I love the delivery that Vicky Guerrero presented it too. And she says that Nyla Rose will take everything that ever dream of, and there you go. So yeah, we'll see where that goes with the whole thing. And then before we get to the main event, matches that are announced for the next AEW Dynamite show, it'll be the incomplete TNT champion Cody defending it against whoever it may be. You never know who could it be. You never know who's going to show up to face them because it's a mystery. Pertains to someone who is, I don't know, their 90 days clause are up. We'll see. It's just a matter of time. Meanwhile, the Hangman Adam Page versus 5 from the Dark Order, which 5 is Allen Angels. Also, you get the debut of Ivelisse versus Deanna Purrazzo. I mean, not Deanna Purrazzo. Deanna Purrazzo is in Impact Wrestling. Diamante meant to say. Yeah, so Ivelisse is gonna make her debut on AEW against Diamante, and I love to see Ivelisse to be part of the AEW brand. Hopefully she is. If they if as long as she be on her best behavior with her attitude. But I digress. And another thing, Ivelisse and Ivelisse and Diamante meant to say, excuse me. Why aren't they not a tag team? Why are they facing each other? Because that's a scene in the Indies. They were a tag team. I don't know, but maybe they will. I don't know. It just depends. But I prefer them being a tag team because I love their pairing as a tag team, than for them to go face each other. Also, Young Bucks versus the Butcher and the Blade, 4th count anywhere match, and then you got Chris Jericho and Jake Hager versus Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Why this match happened? Because Marcus Stunt says something about he's been Jericho's been juice whatever or basically Jericho's breast whatever. They basically were joking about Jericho being juice whatever. Whatever. I can't remember how it was done, but well, it's whatever. So then we get to the main event. The main event features the AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley, who's finally back, versus the FTW World Champion, being accompanied by Taz, the Machine, Brian Cage. The match lasted 15 minutes. Match itself, I thought it was pretty good. Wasn't a great match. Wasn't what I expected, but I thought it was still good. There was a lot of cool spots in the match too. Brian Cage, not bringing Buster Ring. German suplexing Moxley to the steel guardrail. A lot of cool spots I saw in the match too as well. And Moxley was continuing on going after the bicep of the torn bicep that Brian Cage had before. Basically, he was going for a submission. And also, Moxley did end up hitting the Pandown Strip, by the way. Like I knew he would. The way he does it. So that didn't work. But Moxley continued going after the arm, basically going for a submission. Taz didn't want a submission to happen. Where chance to Brian Cage giving up or tapping out. So Taz decides to throw in the towel, the orange title, the orange towel. I almost said title, the orange towel into the ring, causing Brian Cage to lose the match. Technical submission. On the way, forfeit. So Brian Cage was not happy about that, and he attacks Moxley. And all of a sudden, the lights goes out. Lights comes back on, and the return of Darby Allin, the Enigma, Darby Allin, attacks Brian Cage. I think he attacked him with his skateboard or whatever, and then Brian Cage ends up being held back by referees and Taz and everything. And then the show ends with Moxley and Darby Allin in the ring. Moxley was going for a fist bump, but Darby Allin's like, and then Moxley's like, oh well. They don't like each other anyways. So I guess that's the story. I don't remember Alex Marvez interviewing. Oh yeah, I think he interviewed the Jungle Express, if I'm not mistaken, because of what happened to Jericho. I don't know. And all night Jericho was. I love Jericho on commentary too, by the way. For the second hour that he was on, where he was like, I got juice all over me and all that, and he talked about some other things too. On there. He's basically not. He's not doing Orange Cassidy, but he's gonna take care of Jungle Express first. So there you go. So yeah. Now, how I feel about the finish though, I thought the finish was bad. In fact, someone, either it was Jason Solomon from Solomon Sounds Off, when he did his review last week, he said, if Brian Cage wasn't going to win the title, had Darby Allin come out there to attack Brian Cage to cost him, his opportunity to become a world champion. That way, you still could protect Brian Cage of losing this match, and also protect Jon Moxley, with chance of him still being the AEW World Champion. And then you could do this match later on between Brian Cage and Jon Moxley, but instead you decided to go the other route and have Moxley just beat Brian Cage because Taz decided to throw in the towel by forfeit. It made Brian Cage look bad in a way, if you want my honest opinion. But the dance been done though. So yeah, the match itself I thought was good, but the finish I was not a fan of. They could have done a better finish than that. So there you go, folks. By the way, what pertains to AEW Fighting for the Fallen, pertains to COVID-19, for Fight for the Fallen of 2020. When you purchase the Fight for the Fallen T-shirt, which I did on shopaew.com, with 100% of the proceeds benefiting Florida's first coast relief fund and feeding Northeast Florida. And also, what pertains to the show, will be that will be raising money for COVID-19 relief, which will be added to the $1 million already donated by Shadir Kong and Tony Khan. I'm assuming that's the father and also the son. Which we all know Tony Khan is the owner of AEW. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's for the good cause, and I did bought it too. The T-shirt, and it's going to be coming real soon. And now for my highlights of the night, what pertains to AEW Fight for the Fallen 2020, that was on AEW Dynamite. Swerve of the night had to be tacked in the towel to cost Brian Cage, because I didn't see that coming. Shock of the night though was the return of Darby Allin. We're essentially attacking Brian Cage after the match. Moment of the night. It had to be let's see, what could be moment? Oh yeah, moment of the night would have to be a sign of Kenny Omega. It's good of him turning heel, and I loved it. Promo of the night would have to be Chris Jericho. In fact, I'll give it to Vicky Guerrero. Vicky Guerrero's promo was good. Where it pertains to how she delivered it. Video promo of the night. I don't remember if there was any video promos of the night though. If I can't remember if there was or not. But it's whatever. If there was, then I'll give that to Moxley and Cage. Just the build-ups of the match. For the AEW World Title. Entrance of the night. Please don't hate me with this one, but Saint Kiss. There you go. Move of the night. Move of the night. It may have something to do with. I'm trying to remember what move it was from. Oh yeah, I'll give credit where credit is due. Marco Stunt with the assist Canadian Destroyer that was done from outside the ring into the ring. I believe it was to Matt Jackson. I think Marco Stunt did it off of Luchasaurus. So I'll give Marco Stunt that one credit with that one. Finish of the night. Kenny Omega's one-winged angel. Let's see anything else. Performance of the night. Okay, performance of the night. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give the Saint Kiss. I think Saint Kiss did a good job in the match against Cody. So that goes performance of the night. Saint Kiss. Show steal of the night will have to be the 6-man tag match. I thought the match was good. Brutal match of the night will have to be Moxley versus Brian Cage. And match of the night will have to be FTR versus Lucha Brothers. And my overall showing for the show for AEW Dynamite presents Fight for the Fallen 2020. I'm going to give this show 7 out of 10. Good show, but I feel like a regular Dynamite show too, by the way, at the same time. But it's whatever. And there you go, folks. That was the show. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got to get out of here. I got something to do. So, again, this is what it's all about. This is what AEW was doing for. They were fighting for the fallen, for those that unfortunately lost lives because of COVID-19. So please, wear your mask. So for that, it's the Natural Born Driller saying peace on the streets. But this is your All Elite Wrestling Review, where it takes to AEW Dynamite presents Fight for the Fallen 2020. Until next time, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Ta-ta for now. So you all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself for everything that's going on, especially where it pertains to COVID-19. And please, once again, to save your lives and for others' lives, wear your mask. Take care.